So it's going to go from private chat to like open chat.
Yeah, so right now we're actually live. It doesn't say, doesn't say who's or hide the viewers comments right now, but yeah. So right now we're live. So this is the live podcast. We're gonna try to get it done every Wednesday. Talk about the dog we love, the Patterdale Terrier. Get different people in here to interview and things like that. And Live Your Life Dogs. We do this, and New England Patterdale Terrier Club. We do this. So we're gonna try to just get this going every Wednesday. Build the Patterdale Terrier community. Learn from each other. Good vibes. And go from there. Today we're gonna interview special guests. We got our Biggz from out in Buffalo, and if you know Biggz, he gets busy and his dogs get busy.
No, we just move around.
Yeah, all right. Anyone who knows you,
bring her here.
anyone who knows you knows your dogs get busy. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I try. We try.
Marshall's always with me. I don't know if you want to say something, Marshall. I don't want to do all the talking.
I feel like this is like a long time coming, because when I first kind of started working in the Patterdales, me and Biggz started talking to each other, and we had no clue that our dogs that we both own were brothers, like at all, for probably like 2 to 3 months of talking, honestly.
Did not know nothing.
Same exact litter, or
same exact litter?
Same exact litter.
Didn't even know. Yeah,
that's crazy. Small world.
Yeah.
It was crazy because our mentor, he never, broadcasted that about each other.
Yeah.
So when it came out, it was like explosive.
Okay. And that's even a factor to it, is the fact that we both got dogs from 2 different people, but got mentored by the same person also. That was also the crazy part.
That's definitely crazy. Was your mentor the one who told you, like, gave you or gave you an opinion on where to get your dog, or did you get the dog and then mentor?
To be honest, I got a friend of mine in Buffalo had a Patterdale, older guy, old OG. Mm-hmm. Been in dogs all his life, had us in the dogs. And he gave me one, and I said, one thing about him though, when he give you something, you gotta look a little thorough into it, because it might be something that ain't worth it. He's that type of guy. So when he gave me the dog, I liked it, but I wanted to learn more about the Patterdale. So I started researching them, and I said I wanted to get me some with paperwork. And I reached out to a lot of people. A lot of people wasn't talking. It was understandable. Todd Fulford responded. And when he responded, I told him that I was looking for a Patterdale. He said, well, I got an adult male. It wasn't his. It was a friend of his that he was getting rid of for. I said, okay. He said, the dog works, everything. The dog is fabulous. I said, I'll take him. Then I sent him a deposit the next day. Called me back up and said, I got a little female puppy here too. That's about 6-7 weeks old. I said, I'll take her too. Send them another deposit. And from that point, we met up, got to know each other, spoke, and I learned about the dogs a little more from him. But when I brought the dog back, I'm seeing this dog. He definitely was a smart dog, but I wanted to hunt him. I needed to learn how to hunt him the correct way. So I didn't start in Buffalo. They have the door closed. So I ended up going down to meeting with Tim Wheatley. Went down with him, did some hunting. Then I went down to North Carolina on the borderline of Tennessee and hunted with Randolph James. And down that road, everybody telling me this dog named Doc. Is that dog Doc? And I'm like, I don't know what y'all looking for. I just know his name, Henderson Doc Moeller. No, I was actually calling him wrong. I was calling him Moeller Doc Henderson.
Yeah.
And I posted him on Facebook on the site, and mad people went crazy about this dog. And everybody was asking, how did I get that dog? Where did I get it from? And I ain't gonna say his name, but one individual actually hit me up on the messenger, told me it was his dog, and he needed me to send him back. And I told him, I'm sending you this dog. And so I called Todd Fulfer up, asked him, I thought he had sold me a stolen dog or something. And he was like, nah, that knucklehead is full of crap. Which I come to learn to find out the long way. I got a call from an inbox from Jerry up in Texas saying Mr. Henderson would like to speak to you. And I said, okay. Henderson was the dog he was the man who bred this dog. He owned the mother. And when me and Mr. Henderson talked, we just took from that point. And Marshall still wasn't in the picture quite yet.
Yeah, but Mr. Henderson was the one who mentored me too. So that was I totally forgot about Randy James, man. You just like brought back a ton of random memories. Yeah.
Man, I got to Randall James. He lived on the top of the mountain. I got my son was 6 at the time, got him with me. And it was funny because when you get to the gate of his to go up to his top, it's a sign on the thing saying that if you can read this, you got a bullseye on your head. And when I read it, I looked straight up, and there he goes standing there smiling at me at a little distance. I said, "Oh wow!" So I was a little concerned because I'm like, "Oh shit! I got my 6-year-old with me. I got to take a chance. I don't know what we walking into."
I mean, even if you by yourself, that you could be a little concerned. Never mind a child.
Hey, listen, by yourself, that's one thing. With the kid, kind of tough. I ain't about to go to fight.
Yeah,
especially because people who have Patterdales just like live in these crazy part of like mountains and boonies where we go to,
right?
Like in North Carolina, they just have like these
secluded,
crazy like these beautiful like fucking like mountain territories. They work their dogs.
And look, it was crazy. We get to the top. I tell my son stay near me until I get the feel of this man. Soon as we get up there, my son see 40 Patterdales and kennels. He take off and run and leave me. It's over. So from that point, and it was crazy because Randolph had puppies off of Doc and never met Doc before in his life. He only seen videos and heard about Doc. And he was like, this dog is phenomenal. Everybody's going to want to work with this dog. So we end up getting in his little go-kart thing, and we rolled through the mountain, and Doc, and he released 2 other dogs with Doc. And it was crazy because we heard Doc bark, and we like, okay, he found something. So we all get out. We trying to figure out which hole he in. And finally we heard him. He was in a den with Fox. It was a female fox, and she has her kids in there. So we started getting stuff together to go ahead and dig them out. We lost my son. So now I'm trying to figure out where the heck is my little 6-year-old. Randolph says, look in the hole. And we see a sneaker hanging out the hole. He had climbed down in the hole. It was big enough for him to get down there. He climbed down there to go fight with Doc, to go fight the fox. So we had to pull him out. Now, mind you, I'm a little, when we looking for him, Randolph says, we got rattlesnakes out here, so we got to hurry up and find him. And he inside the foxhole with sadly, Doc knocked off all the babies, and he got the mother. From that point, I realized what I had, and we took off from there.
So when you were learning, it wasn't just in Buffalo. It was like you just said.
No,
I know you said like it's like PA, like That's really kind of tough rock and granite areas to learn how to dig on Patterdales.
We didn't start no hunting for at least 8 months.
Yeah.
Of me traveling. Before I actually started doing something in Buffalo.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and the crazy thing is that like the stuff you learn from Mr. Henderson was just a lot of stuff I learned from him. Like he really gave me a good foundation on working these dogs. And those places we were digging are not easy places to learn how to fucking dig at all.
Yeah. While we was down there, it was funny because Randolph took us to a couple of his friend houses, and we got with one group. We had about 14 dogs on the ground, and my dogs. I had little Missy at the time with us, and those were the only 2 dogs in the ground. It was crazy. I had one guy drinking a beer trying to stuff a dog in the hole. And I'm looking at them like, I thought we supposed to let the dog go in on his own.
So your dogs, Doc and Missy, was going in.
It was Doc.
Oh, they was in there.
And then you had like Blue Diamond, right? Or like one of those dogs.
Yep, you remember Blue Diamond, huh?
Blue Diamond, yeah, that was the throwback. Yeah.
Yeah, Blue Diamond was she was a rough thing.
Who was Doc and Missy? Who is Blue Diamond related to them?
No.
Yeah.
That was off the I did a breeding with the Patterdale, the first one I ever got that I didn't know nothing about. And I had cut puppies off of that.
I just remember seeing like a clip and video of her like this when I first got into Patterdales. I didn't realize that like this is me being completely ignorant that like those freaking female dogs can be just as strong and powerful as some of those males in the same size. And you would see like video clips of like Blue Diamond like really doing her thing at like probably like 15.
Blue Diamond was a bulldozer.
That's a question Biggz, what do you prefer? Or it doesn't matter, it's just how the dog works as far as male and female? Do you have
I don't care what gender. I don't care what gender at all.
Okay.
I'm not into baying dogs. I like a hard dog, but I also like a smart dog.
Yeah. Definitely.
Doc taught me a lesson for many years before I retired him. He didn't have a hard mouth, but he had an instinct and he knew how to kill. If he had to sit on you and smother you out, he smothered you out. If he had to go into your throat and hold you out and just, he did it. He wasn't the type of dog that liked the, how can I say, he didn't do certain stuff. He wouldn't put himself in a bad situation, but he made sure he executed.
So like a rough mixer.
Right.
Yeah.
He did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, I used to own his brother, Barry, and Barry was kind of like that too, where he was just very kind of smart about how he was going to punch in.
But Barry and Doc was identical damn near.
Yeah.
They hunted alike, they moved alike, they thought alike.
Yeah.
The name of the game for Barry when he got in a hole in the groundhog is trying to figure out how to break their chin so he can just like get on them and they can't get on him. And that was kind of
right.
What now I know you did a lot of digging. What was your deepest dig? What was your deepest dig?
You can guesstimate it too if you don't know.
I think you turned your mic off.
Yeah, your mic's off.
Yeah, you turned your mic off, Biggz.
Yeah, I could see it's crossed right out.
Yeah, it's crossed out. We get there you go.
Okay, here you go.
You're back.
Yep.
My deepest dig was about 10 feet down.
Damn.
One of my hardest digs was with Barry. That was one of the hardest digs we had had.
That was like sledging concrete than just like actual dig too. Like that was a lot of
Yeah,
sledging.
we had to dig. We had to go maybe about 6-7 feet down from where he exactly was at and find a crack in the concrete, because it was this. If you didn't have an escalator, you wasn't going to get in there.
Yeah.
If we didn't find that crack, we couldn't get to him. We even went as far as sending a little Missy down there to locate him, and she did. But she did what she do. She stayed down there. They had a ground. He had killed the groundhog. She stayed there with the groundhog and him.
Yeah, she was just gnawing on that groundhog, man. He had it dead, like good to dead, but his shoulders were just pinned in the concrete in the way that he went down. So that like only his head and neck were really operating as well as his body. But that's the thing, is that like in these spots, in these areas, when it comes to these digs, like you always gotta be like watching your six and be ready to where you're gonna enter and be those tough spots. But that was a dig probably from like 7 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably 7 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Yeah, we never made it out to where we wanted to go.
Yeah,
that was on the way out. So, someone in the chat right here got a question.
Yeah. What are popular bloodlines in Patterdales, and what traits/style of dogs are those lines? That's a broad question. That's a very broad question, because there's so many lines now that you can like look at. Like I felt like from even the time that you were just talking about Biggz, there were probably.
He says those lines. What lines is he talking about?
It's a general ask Caleb question.
Well, for KutUp Kennels, we have a direct line that we stick with. It's the old school Nuddle with some Mason, which all goes back into the Nuddle. American bred, and I did some breedings where I took it out to some vessel. I got some vessel in, and I got some booth in.
Yeah, so I gotta break down everything you just said, because if people are new, basically when you started off with was the word Nuttall was the first thing that started everything you just said. So those Nuttall lines kind of started in England, and then they were taken by David Mason, a guy in Tennessee, who wanted a smaller type of groundhog dog. And then from there, you said you crossed into Wetzel, which is like I can't remember the guy's first name of Wetzel. Jamie Parks affiliated with that.
You talk about Captain
Captain, yeah,
James Vessel.
James Wetzel is when it started that kind of line with those dogs in Florida. And then you're talking about Booth, and you just kind of went back to England. So Booth is this big like Booth bred dogs, and you have a Booth bred dog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got pick on my Vessel right here. This fire right here.
Was that fire right there?
Yeah.
Man, but yeah, that's Wetzel, 100%.
And she about to drop a load.
Well, what kind of color is fire? Because fire is like a weird, like it's like bronze, right?
Yeah, she got the bronze color.
Yeah, she's just bronze. But yeah, I mean, we kind of just veered off a little bit. But basically, you went to Mr. Henderson. He kind of schooled you out and taught you how to work with Pats. And then after that point, did you dig in Buffalo, or you were still kind of figuring it out?
Yeah, we started looking for more places, King. Here. We started looking for more places out here to go. Then I started meeting farmers and stuff. We still did a lot more traveling, but I ended up getting about I would say over 10,000 acres of farmland within upstate New York.
That is nice.
So once we got there, we started coming out to the orchards, and we was having a ball with them. You couldn't go wrong with it. The orchard gonna have everything there, from the raccoons to the groundhogs to the possums, the fishers, we was running into everything, skunks, all of it. So it was like this the gold mine. Then we'll hit another farm. We had a goat farm that we go to, and this guy was infested with fox.
Yep, I remember you showing me those dens.
We hit like 5 fox in 2 days.
Yeah.
We've been through some extreme situations. We went to Delavan, New York. I can never forget December 18th of 2000. I want to say 17. It started snowing and raining. It was freezing snow and rain. And Doc got stuck to fire. Got her and was stuck to her. We didn't know she was in heat at the time. And as soon as they unstuck, her, Doc, and little Missy ran into a fox, 3 fox dens. Both of them in each one a separate hole with a fox. So now we had to work in this rain, work in the freezing snow, trying to dig these dogs out. And it was a mud pile, so it was filling up.
Yeah. So work in 3 different holes.
And we had to work on one at a time. Let the dogs got to hold it out till we get there. Little Missy, she was actually pregnant, just got bred. She had pinholes where air bubbles was coming out between her eyes. And fire, she already had killed her. She broke the bottom jaw, and Doc was trying. His was still a little above him, so he couldn't quite get to him. So, but the damn hole was filling up with water.
Yeah, because it's raining.
Took us about 6-7 hours, but we got it done. Froze.
Do you think if someone were just to like rely on fox, or just do you think they can kind of tell you what your kind of dog you're feeding? If you just rely on
No.
it, if you're not, nah. You think it has to be like raccoon?
To be honest with you, I think fox is fox is a trophy.
Yeah.
In any sport. But I really do think the groundhog is the hardest thing to go up against here in the States. Besides, well, if we want to put the fisher in their equation.
I was going to say, what about the fisher?
If you want to put the fisher in the equation, the fisher will kill your dog. If you go against the right one, he'll kill your dog.
So
what about the coon?
But see, also you got to look at it too. I don't use large dogs. My dogs are 13 pounds and under. Doc, was 14 pounds, and I could keep him at 13 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a couple dogs that's big, but we really don't. We might do some barn work with them or use them when we go out for coyotes and stuff like that with the bigger dogs. When they come to earthwork, they too big for us. So basically 90% of my yard is 10 pounds, 12 pounds, 13. Going against a fisher.
Yeah, we got
I seen somebody on Facebook made a statement that fishers don't go in the ground, they lie. I seen fisher in the ground.
Yeah.
It's not all the time. I mean, they love being in the trees.
They'll go in the ground though.
But they will go in the ground. And we ran into I had some young ladies from Syracuse, New York that do confirmation shows with pit bulls. And a group of them came down here. And they wanted us to teach them how to hunt. And I had no problem with that. So we're hunting in the empty field. And the dog found Payday was Payday. We released Payday with the ladies, and he went down and found something. But it was making a funny sound that I ain't never heard of. And we thinking it's an owl in the ground. And come to find out, it was a fisher. And Payday was about 14 months old. They tore his whole face off.
Yeah, that's almost like a 10-pound dog, isn't it?
Yeah, Payday was nothing but the 10 pounds.
Yeah, that's a pretty small dog to be like in that situation. And the crazy thing is that like there's not a lot of documented cases of fishers interacting with dogs. Like you'll see little random snippets on Google of dogs saying attack fishers.
I mean, like you said, they're in the ground, but I mean, 90% of the time they're in the trees, so they just run up a tree. And I haven't seen a dog that could like really. I mean, you know, you got your.
I know someone in Mass.
I don't know about really climbing trees. You know what I'm saying?
It's not going to be a common run in. You're not going to run into them common.
No, you ain't.
When that happens, if your dog ain't ready for that, your dog might get tore apart.
Yeah.
I
would think most dogs that are under like I don't maybe like 18 and under might get killed if they're not like really with it. I mean, if they're like, even if they're with it, but
like I said, it depends on the dog. It depends on what that dog know what to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that he just gonna walk through him, but he'll take a lot of damage, but he also still could win. It's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah. So
let me ask you this: if you was to rank them hardest, you know, to like least, and you would say the Fisher, Fox, Groundhog, and Coon, how would you rank them? Obviously the Fisher first.
Fisher would be number 1.
Yeah.
Groundhog, I would say number 2.
And why is that? Why the Groundhog over the Coon?
A groundhog fight in the ground is you on his turf. He above ground, he's nothing.
Yeah.
He ain't nothing but a bunch of little blubber that's just trying to find a way to get back in the ground. But when you in that ground, he could collapse a hole on you. He could shear your dog nose off.
Them teeth, yeah.
They make their holes. This the thing. A groundhog makes his hole very tight. His body inflates and everything like a mouse with the one backbone. Mm-hmm. And when you lock onto him, if you ever try to dig them out, they lock their claws into that earth. It take more. You ain't just pulling that thing out. You're gonna tuggle with him. You're gonna fight with him to get him out that ground. It's like going salmon fishing. You ain't pulling the salmon out the water right away.
Yeah,
it's like a football that go for the ground. Like they just get stuck there. And I've seen groundhogs that can put dirt on top of their bodies, and a dog will walk over them.
Yeah. I mean, I know that, you know, I know how they get in the ground. I was, you know, getting Bigg's perspective on it. Marshall, you know, we talk all the time, so I know your perspective on a lot of
a raccoon fight. It's a tough fight, but I can't put them with. I think the groundhog is going to be a better fight than the raccoon.
Okay.
Would I get more damage?
Because there was somewhere, you know, people always talking about it, but there was people, you know, and a lot of people were saying that the coon for sure over the groundhog. So that's why I asked that.
I don't believe in that.
There was people saying the groundhog over the coon too. You know what I mean? It wasn't just there was people saying.
It's just my experience showing me a lot different. Uh-huh. Now, I mean, you got we done ran across 40-pound raccoons with no problem. Yeah, that's a good fight for a 10-pound dog, 12-pound dog. It's a hell of a fight. Yeah, but you going up against a veteran groundhog in the ground, you got a fight on your hand. Because one, you're going to dig down. You going down. That dog is going down in the ground. When you get down here, you will see a lot of our digs is minimum is probably 4 feet. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna go, and then you gotta think going 4 feet down, and then you gotta go across. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? So it's a real tough dig. We have lost dogs in the ground to the groundhogs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We had Angel, which she came from one of my partners, Jamar, had bought her from Curtis Hagen. And we got the dog running, and she did real good. She was almost about 8-9 feet down, and about 7 feet across. We had to bring the farmer had to come out at 12 o'clock at night with an escalator that we digging out the ground trying to get to her. Plus, she was on top of they had tore all the orchard out and put the trees on top of each other to burn. So we had to go through all of that and then go down in the ground to get to her. She was dead as a doornail. The groundhog had collapsed the hole in both of them. And she died in whole.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of dirt. To go 7 feet sideways after digging. That's crazy. I mean, it is what it is, though. I mean, we seen the video, but we did. I don't know which. Maybe it might have been 2 or 3, but when they was digging for 7 days. So
our longest one was in the city of Buffalo. Jamar took our puppy off my booth dog, Shadow, to a kids park by the train tracks. The city had torn down a water tower, and whoever did the contracting left that stuff down there. All the concrete, they didn't dispose of it correctly. So it was tunnels of concrete down there. Shadow took off after the groundhog and went down into it. Well, just so happened he gets snagged on the concrete on one of the barriers with his collar, and he was stuck. He did get engaged for a second, but not enough to kill it. But he was jammed, but by the time we got there, I had my 12-year-old. He was climbing down there in like a tower down there underground, which was illegal because the city should never had that like that. It was a bad situation for the city, especially 50 feet from a kid's playground. They did the Little League football and all of that. So somebody called the animal control on us. And police, when they came, they found out the situation. At first, they was like, well, the dog is dead, but we could hear him barking down there. He just couldn't get out. So, being us, we don't ever leave a dog behind. We're going to find some kind of way to get to this dog. And the city kind of figured we wasn't going to leave it alone, which could bring problems to them. So they ended up coming in to help us. And it took us 36 hours. They had to bring the big escalators in and all of this. The bill came up to about $12,000. They waived it as long as we kept our mouths and our videos away from the public.
Yeah, that works.
I respect that. When they got it out, they had to put a chain around. I would say it was about 8,000 pounds of concrete. It was a big square piece. When they lifted, the mesh wire was hooked into his collar. He couldn't move. All he could do was just sit there. How he survived that long, though, by determination, he did. Once they lifted up, the firefighter went up under there, grabbed him. We took him right to the vet right away. He was in perfect health. A little messed up for the first hour or so coming out of there. He was confused and everything, but that was about it.
Yeah, people don't realize is that if your patio gets off leash and there's any kind of tight spot where they think fur or anything's going to be there, they're going to try and get there. Like, even if you're chilling, they're not chilling. Like they're looking for that opportunity.
Yeah,
we got a spot out here that I could take anybody to. I'm guaranteeing you at least 15 to 20 or more raccoons in there. And it's all trees and vines and dirt. A farmer took a whole orchard and just dumped it on the slope and left it. And over the years, it turned to a hive.
I'm about to say it's a big home.
Huh?
This is a big home for coons or whatever that was trying to live there.
We tried let's see, I had some Jarrett Price, he came down. Gerard came down from Michigan. We hunted that. We went into there with our dogs. All we could do is release your dogs in there. Chainsaws got broke. You wasn't getting in there.
Yeah.
All you could do is wait to see how it's going to turn out with your dog. We heard the goons. We heard the dogs. It was like World War VI in there.
Oh, I bet. I guess we gotta finally get to
come out. Makes it.
We lost 2 dogs.
How many did y'all send in?
We sent about 7, 8 dogs.
off that brush pile.
Oh,
Didn't have a choice. Huh?
You see that question by Scarlett May Dufay? Where is the breed heading with overseas blood versus United States blood? What's y'all take on the next 10 years? They don't have the game that we have. They got the Badger. That's their tough thing right there.
Well, legally,
their ground is softer than ours. It's. I think we face a lot more than what they do.
Okay.
I get it. They get hold to a lot more fox, and the Badgers is, a little tough, but we do face a more extreme situations than they do.
Is that why? I'm guessing that's. Yeah. That's their dogs are a little bigger overseas from what I noticed, and that's probably because of the the
none of their dogs will make it in some of these states, majority of these states, because one, we got rocky dirt, and with that rocky dirt, that ain't no easy dig. On top of it, going into a groundhog hole, going down into the ground for a raccoon, even with the raccoon, 17, anything that's over 16, 17 pounds ain't going in the ground like that. You're going to have to dig that open for them to get to it. By that time, everything done came out or redone, back dig and got somewhere else. It's no way in the world you could tell me that the 17-pound or 19-pound dog is getting in the ground in seconds on groundhog or earth dog. He's not doing it.
Nah, it's not. But
I've been out with my cousin, a couple of friends, and they got maybe like a 14-pounder, and it's not getting into the ground like that.
Doc was 14 pounds. And when I would dig Doc would do all kinds of stuff. This dog would twist his body up. He would be upside. Whatever he had to do to try to get down there, he would do.
But he had to do all that compared to like when he had 9-pounders that just
9 pounds. Like Missy was 10 pounds. Missy was running through the hole. As soon as she came in, she'd be coming out the secondary hole within seconds with no problem. Same thing with Payday. Payday would run through. He was running through the holes like it was water.
Chase is like that too. That little dog Chase.
Yeah.
Now
Chase is about 13 pounds, and he does the same thing.
Yeah. Swimming.
And if you got it,
What'd you say?
If you got if you enter the right hole, your dog, like I don't seen groundhog holes that's connected to other old groundhog holes and old dens where you got 3 layers of tunnels. Them dogs just running through there trying to catch up to this groundhog. Your dog could be in the ground for a couple hours with no problem. And there ain't no need for you to start digging because the dog is always going to be moving.
Yeah.
Once they station, and you see, and you realize they station, then you can dig.
Mm-hmm. Once they didn't trap something in the corner under there.
Do you think when people get into Patterdales, you have to get on a certain amount of digs with someone before like you're comfortable enough working them? Because I feel like me and you, we got a chance to really kind of learn them and experience them, and I feel like a lot of people get these dogs, sit on them for a while, try it out, and are like, oh crap, this is a lot.
Well,
people don't want to see their dogs get fucked up.
I learned as years of learning. I mean, a lot of the old school guys, they usually wait till their dogs turn a year old or whatever. I don't see that.
I heard you don't wait that long.
As soon as my dogs got teeth, we start putting mice in their mouth and rats. Let's get the work in. By the time my dogs are seeing 3 or 4 months, we already putting them on some game with a veteran. This time is we already seeing something. I might be harsh with that because I'm taking a puppy and not letting him have his childhood.
Yeah,
but I'm not.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, some people would say that, and I get what you're saying because you know how people think. But yeah, they're getting them ready for what he. You know what I'm saying? It's better to get them ready for it than not have them ready for it when you're gonna do it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Payday was the first dog I tested. I tried something with. Because he came out so rough by the time he turned 4 months, 5 months, he was already on a coon. So when he turned 11 months, we went live stream for 30 days straight. And I hunted that dog 30 days straight until his 12th month birthday. He turned that 1 year. Dog was swollen, face chewed up, nose damn near off. But he went out every day for 30 days live stream and he did it nonstop.
What he killing them 30 days?
Raccoons, groundhogs. He got hold to a couple possums. But majority was all groundhogs and raccoons.
Damn.
Okay.
We was talking about that list earlier where I said the 4. Where would you put possums? Or would you throw them
if I could avoid killing a possum, I wouldn't. The possum that's like going against an armadillo or base. You might get a better fight with a rat.
Yeah, you probably would.
Than the possum.
So when we run into the possum,
I never seen no Patterdale with a possum. I seen coon, groundhog, but I never seen like a bang with a possum.
If I got puppies on the yard, we'll take the possum back to give the puppy something to work with. Because I at that time frame, I don't, the possum, he could kill your dog if your dog fall asleep on him. But 9 out of 10, he's trying to get the hell out of there. So I would put him in there with some puppies to do some little training process, but that's about it. Then I release him.
Yeah, you said the 9 times out of 10. I remember you telling me Mr. Henderson when you first got you Patterdales out with him, you guys got on a kind of a nasty opossum. That was like,
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That possum actually turned Fire and Little Missy on.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, Fire was the last dog he ever took out before he passed away. I sent Fire down there to be bred, and he wanted to check her out before we did the berry semen. And he said within 5 minutes he was calling me saying this damn dog done located already. As soon as he opened up his door, he had a wool pile in the back, and he said it was a raccoon in there. She found it right away.
Yeah, his setups were just so great. Like how he taught me how to do things. Like he had like the logs that would be on top of holes. So and he had little holes near the creeks where he lived, and you could pull the logs up and put your dog on a set immediately. So as soon as you pulled that log up, your dog was in the tunnel system working.
And he put it, he set it up like that on purposely.
Yeah,
Or
he
it
would
just
dig to
happened?
his, you dig to his
He
dog,
worked this.
the spot where he
He,
dug the log there.
the way he worked this, the way he trained his dogs to go out to work. If you ever seen the pictures of Sissy, Mason Sissy,
Yep.
or Queenie,
Yeah,
you'll understand.
Well, I gotta y'all already know I flew out to Tennessee and I got my dog from Mason. So
Yep.
Good man right there.
yeah, I was out there we talk all the time now. So yeah, that's the big bro now. But yeah, he definitely a good dude. Had a whole bunch of stories when I was out there. So I definitely seen pics of Sissy for sure.
Sissy's a cool dog.
I went down there and I held Sissy and I took her out for a little bit. And I took Queenie out. And those two dogs right there was amazing. Now, Queenie, Doc, Barry, I would say Queenie probably was the top of that whole litter. She was a devastating female.
She was.
She looked just like her mother when they died a week apart. They both died in the ground.
Yeah.
I was gonna say how they died in the ground. Okay.
He took them both out a week apart and they both died in the ground on game.
Yeah, it's funny that right now the three of us are talking about Sissy a lot, but most people would be the reverse, or they'd just be talking about Noah. Like they'd be talking about Noah the whole time, but me and you, like immediately we can start talking about Sissy.
I heard the stories of Noah. Talking to Brandon, Fulford, and Todd. My opinion is just I really feel like more in my heart that Miss Sissy made the litter, but those was two great dogs that produced a higher litter that made a name for itself in the mainstream. And this is before we even got access to them. You know, I give Henderson, I give Todd Fulford their credit. Because it was their breeding that made them dogs. I can never take no credit for Doc. I own Doc. I still own Doc. He old, last limbs, but I can never take the credit for starting him and getting him going because he came to me already on a roll. He already had made a name for himself out there. So my job was to make a name off the product that come off of him. And everything that we don't produce that come from him is we got thumbs up.
All the time.
Lost a couple that we felt that wasn't gonna make it. But overall, all the ones that's ever been worked, we did our thing.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you were gonna say. Go ahead.
I said, or we lost them in the ground on game.
Yeah.
I done lost quite a few dogs, good dogs in the ground.
Yeah. Now you hunt year round, right? Or I mean, damn, you in Buffalo, so
I don't hunt. Here's my thing. If I travel during the winter, I ain't got no problem hunting them. I get it. A lot of people they'll hunt in the winter. They can go to the barns. I don't got that many barns out here to go to, and because our freezing temperatures and how much snow we get, I don't hunt my dogs in the snow. I can give 5 feet of snow, 6 feet of snow. I'm not about to sit out there and try to figure out how to get to this dog. And our freezing point is 4 feet down. So you talking about we could be out there trying to dig 4 feet just to get past the freezing to get to a dog. That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So Usually during the wintertime, my dogs get really fat and they can relax.
Okay. Now, do you now say that's a question I was gonna ask you. Do you now the spring's coming, your dog's gained a little weight? Do you just
We already started working them down.
I was say okay, and how you work them down? You run them, you just feed them less, or change up they out running around the backyard?
Conditioning work. We do full conditioning.
Okay. Yeah, I asked that because I was talking to a couple people, and some people was just like, I actually was talking to Marshall about this the other day, where some people was just like, they just kind of like it's time, it's spring, so they just go. But then there's people like you said, we're gonna get that conditioning in and get the stamina right, the breathing right.
Because we do have like livestock around, I can't release the dogs.
Yeah.
I don't put the time in to train my dogs to protect chickens or goats or so as soon as they see that's a target.
Yeah. I mean, for that, they kind of got to grow up with them things too. They got to grow up with them around them since pup to kind of get, especially a Patterdale or any terrier. Them shits is just they snatching shit. You know what I mean?
We don't release. We just don't let them run around.
Yeah,
because we know they're going. Like the farmers around me might call me and say, "Hey, one of your dogs got loose while you're not around. We just got it because he out hunting or she killing everything around." So they when we take them out to work, we working with them.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you use a slap mill or just?
He got the little carpet mill for me.
I got the carpet mill. We got a couple of slap mills now.
Okay, yeah, I got the dog pacer myself that
I seen that.
Yeah, I ended up getting it for free, so can't beat that.
That's a good steal.
And it's the big joint. It go, home. My cousin who gave it to me got 175. Well, no, that was his Borobo, but his Rottweilers he got now like 120-pound male. So this shit's built for like 200 pounds. So Patterdale is extra good.
So see, I hunt the Patterdales.
Huh?
I hunt my Patterdales with my larger dogs too. So I got the Pressa and I got the Lurchers.
Okay, I see. I know you got peacocks and all types of shit.
Yeah, I got a peacock. That's my personal pet.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you. You got the land for it. I would have it too. You know what I mean? But
do you think the Lurchers have any play as far as working with Patterdales? Because I feel
that again.
Do you think the Lurchers have any play as far as working with Patterdales, or do you think it's kind of overkill at that point when you're working a Lurcher over a Patterdale?
I don't think it's overkill.
Yeah,
because Sam, it drives him crazy that he can't. He actually have tried to dig down in the ground, but overall he act like he part of the crew. He'll sit there and he keep an eye out for something to poke out.
Yeah.
When we get it out, he's very protective over the Patterdale, so he'll walk up. He ain't just gonna grab it. He'll walk up and make sure when he take hold of it that he doesn't get the dogs.
He can throw them, yeah.
And then he'll shake them, and he just tussling and playing with the dogs with it until it's dead.
Yeah, no, they're pretty smart dogs, especially working with those Pats. They kind of know what personalities to mess with and what personalities not to mess with at all.
Yeah, the first thing that Sam and Henry ever grabbed was a skunk. The farmer was showing us the land, and we let him out, and Fire found the skunk up under his fruit boxes, and she was forcing this coming at the skunk trying to grab it, and the skunk came out backwards. And Sam grabbed it before it could spray. and it was over. They ripped that thing apart.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I guess sometimes these variety helps that comes to all the circumstances. Like I found that when I worked my literature with like bang type terriers and stuff like that, he got a little more action. Whereas like my friend's Patterdale pushed out a groundhog, it's like missing a jaw, it's missing like legs and stuff, and my lurcher's just like not taking any kind of damage, or it's easy killings for him. Working with my friend's cats. Like working Henry over Chase was almost overkill. Like because everything popping out was like half dead, and Henry was grabbing.
I mean, I know as far as like
I agree there.
when I used to not used to, but you know we're gonna go to, but like last summer when I would go out with Keith and his Patterdale, and he would actually like when I brought my pit bull, because where we're at, like, and I don't know what's going on out here, but this coyotes is everywhere.
Yeah.
Coyotes is everywhere right now, like where we're at. So it's all like, I know people like that, you know, it's good to keep a big dog around, because obviously Patterdale is a snack for a coyote, but you know, if you
We lost 2 Patterdales to a coyote.
Yeah.
So
on a dig.
If you got a pit bull around, that's probably not gonna happen. Or a presser or a lecture. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a different situation.
The problem is you dealing with the hybrid.
Wolves.
Yeah,
and they're smart.
Yeah, out here we got both. We got the coyotes, and then them coyotes that are, you know, the hybrid that are half wolf are coming out here now too, which are a lot bigger.
Our one incident, actually both incidents that we lost. We had one where we had the Belgian Malinois out there with the Patterdale, and they two of them drew the Belgian away from the Patterdale, and another one came in and snatched them. And the second incident was Rex, Payday brother. They drew Sam out away from my daughter and Rex, and one showed itself for Rex to go chase after him, and he snatched Rex and ran off. So
that's the thing with coyotes. They're smart as shit. Like they'll play dead. Like they'll literally play dead, and then when your dog come up to smell it, another coyote come out of nowhere and snatch the shit.
But that's why we got the presser and the lurcher and the Belgian Malinois out there.
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying as far as like, because he's like, yeah, bring that pit bull, because we run into a coyote, it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? So with my dog now, I got a my female, my Pat that I got from Mason. I got a pit bull, one of my pit bull pups that I kept, that I'm kind of like just bringing them up together. You know what I mean? So,
right.
So I could bring her out just for, you know, obviously she's a pit bull, she ain't going in no holes, but again, the coyote come up out of somewhere, it's game time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got them. We got a lot of them.
They're everywhere out here, like to the point where I'm in the city, to the point where there was one a couple months ago, there was one, the shit could have been in my yard. I just don't know. It was in my next door neighbor's yard. Like, you know, 20 feet over from my house type shit. Next door neighbor's yard, coyote right there. Nice size joint too. And there ain't nothing out here fucking with them. They just chill. There's rabbits everywhere. There's rats. There's groundhogs. You know, once March come, there ain't nothing out here fucking with the coyotes. So they're just chilling. They're just, you know, keeping it going.
It's crazy because I moved out into the country area, and it's not as much hunting as I thought it would be. They got a couple guys that will go shoot some coyotes, but not enough. And that's where the problem come in, because the coyotes is multiplying. Then I'm right at Canada, so they're coming right over the border with no problems. The Border Patrol, you will even see them out there shooting them as they're trying to cross over.
And that's how many are out there. But you could just see them shooting coyotes. That's I don't
It's
know. I mean, as far as where I'm at, I don't know what they're gonna like. Sooner or later, they're gonna have to send people out to hunt coyotes because they're gonna stop fucking.
they
shit
do that
up.
now. They do independent contractors and nuisance control officers. The
Sniper.
problem with that be a lot of the people complain because you got to go out to the coyotes in between during the late night, early morning. People trying to sleep, so they want to complain. I mean, you can't have both your way. Either you get you gonna let them kill the coyotes, or you're gonna complain and that that they shooting the guns or the dogs is barking, chasing them at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
What I'm aiming for to do this next breeding with Sam is to get some dogs that do like him. He's not going to bark. He's going to go in and kill you, and he'll sit next to his kill. So if I got a pack of big dogs that's doing that, I'm good. I'm happy with that. I don't care for barking.
Is that why you got the presser, or you just got it because you?
Yeah, I got her for the to come in for that one of those reasons.
Yeah.
I do have Borbos. I'm
Damn,
actually
how many
going to have.
dogs you got?
I got a lot of dogs.
I see.
When I first talked to you, you were heavy in the Borbles when I first started talking to you.
Yes, I say I got
I
about,
love the Borbo. I
about
just
15
don't
of
like.
them.
Huh?
I still got about 15 Borbos.
15 Borbos
Yeah,
with the presser and the lurcher and what 40 damn Patterdales.
we got Belgian Malawas. We got a couple bullies.
American bullies.
What's those exotics?
Yeah, where the money's at.
Yeah, I ain't a bully fan. We got stuck with it, so it is what it is.
I ain't a but I honestly I was one of them dudes, growing up, I wasn't a fan of shit but a pit bull.
I
How it
got
go.
a couple of those still.
Yeah, you know how it go. You ain't until you learn more and do a little homework on the dog world. I wasn't shit with a pit bull, but yeah.
If ain't
I dig it. If I had that much space, I would have a good amount and a good option of dogs myself.
See,
Yeah.
Marshall turned me on to the lurchers, and I was still in the city at the time.
What'd you think about them when you first heard them or seen them or?
It was amazing. I really like when they first came. They was bonded tight. Henry and Sam was bonded super, super tight. If you separated them, they both went into a depression. And it was like, I had to break that bond, first of all. Second, I was still living in the city. So it was kind of a tight situation because these dogs need to get out. You can't keep them confined.
What they call that?
So,
what's that? Kennel mate syndrome or whatever?
Littermate syndrome.
Littermate syndrome.
They had littermate syndrome. Bastard. Henry's my lurcher, and you've seen him before here, but he was really attached to his brother initially with him.
Yeah, I see Henry all the time because
But they will fight with each. The crazy part though, they will fight with each other to go sit inside the doghouse because they had to sleep next to each other. But then they'll fight each other in there.
He does that same shit with my wife's dog. He'll just fight her on the bed and then be totally cool with her.
That's all they used to do. So I was like, I was glad Marshall was able to take Henry. But overall, you talk about a dog that catch deer with no problem. On a stretch, he'll knock a deer down with no problem.
Deer? The deer out here are big though.
Yeah.
Oh, they here big too. But he capable to pull it off.
The lurchers that we run, like I said, Henry and Sam are basically greyhound with about 1/4 collie and pit. So that's the blood that they are. And I think that little collie makes them pretty damn smart, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
Collie's smart as shit. Collies are smart as shit.
I agree 100%. He's toned down. Well, I don't care what it is. If it's on the whatever CMC that he likes to kill, he gonna kill it. If you got chickens out there, they dead. Cats, they dead. It don't matter what it is. If it's stock, he going to kill it. He works with any dog as long as they don't try to dominate him or nothing. Perfect dog to work with. You know, a lot of people don't came down and they'd be worried and scared and realize this dog the coolest dog in the world. The coyote surrounded my daughter. Sam shot out there, got to her. He stood by her side.
Oh, we got Jamie Park here asking questions and making statements. Oh God.
Uh-oh, that Mr. Park.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Never was bullies into it. Never was into the bullies. I mean,
Mr. Park, you was into the bullies. You was into everything.
As far as the American bullies, I mean, when they, you know, as like a lot of people wasn't into them. Now people get them really because the money's big, but they
chasing the money, right?
Yeah, and I ain't mad at them. Like shit, I get your money. You know what I'm saying? But,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Get your money. I ain't mad at them.
Let me ask you this. I really don't care. And that's how I got stuck with it, because my nephew was staying with me for a little while, and that's what he was into, the bullies for the money. And when he decided to go home, I got stuck with the dog. So, I got a couple family members that they into the bullies. So I said that, you know, we could donate that to their part so they could have one there. But I'm not a fan of them at all. Hell, I got Matisse, and my Matisse do more than
What was the question you were going to ask, Paul?
Oh, I know you said this. So your dogs was Nuttall and Mason. Do you have a favorite bloodline? Do you like one better than the other? Well, you said yours was Nuttall and Mason.
Well, everything go back to Nuttall. You got to remember, everything go back to Nuttall.
Yeah, I'm going to say back to Nuttall. That's why I said
I got an old school line of that Nuttall. That Noah and that Sissy is some old school stuff.
Yeah. Doc's pedigree is old school as shit. He goes back to Buck and Bray.
Yeah. Exactly.
I was just gonna say that Doc's pedigree, just off the stories and all that you was telling, you could pretty much see that Doc's pedigree is
I wouldn't switch it. Like I said, that Vessel is a higher line. Jamie has sent me many dogs down here to test. It's a higher line. And Fire was something that for Jamie to come out of the game for so many years to come back, she made a very, very strong standpoint for the Vessel line for Jamie. Yeah. This dog, her nose is phenomenal. We watched her smell out mice in the ground 3 feet and dig them out. She done been on everything from fox, groundhogs. She done been half dead, came and got some wind back into her lungs and tried to go back to work. The Mason line is a very hard line. These are American dogs that blood for the American side, I would never switch up. I think Robbie Burnett, he also have a very hard line, and I would love to get some of that on my yard to put in with mines. I hunted with Tim Wheatley with some of that stuff, and it was there. It was definitely an impact. I'm not a big dog fan, so the Cocker line, I just not my style. Calvin Kaczynski, he hunts it good. Boomerang, we started Boomerang down here with your cousin Keith. He got on a possum. I can show you that we know exact. We still look at the hole that he dug, he went into to get it. Boomerang is he's a hard going dog. And the dogs that I saw from Calvin was some hard, nice dogs. But I just don't like big dogs. I like them tiny, little.
Yeah,
come with the impact. I wouldn't switch my line out of there for nothing. Huh?
I say, yeah, Boom's like 16 or more.
Right. So and the last time he was down here with him, he could get his head in something, but that was far as he had to open up the hole for him.
Yeah.
Which, it's a frustrating situation.
Yeah, he says it all the time. He loves Boom, but he's trying to, he's trying to get a smaller one.
Well, we got him coming real soon.
Yeah, that's he's waiting for him.
Do you think the Mason blood is like missing stopping power? Because that's the thing you always hear from people sometimes when it comes to, like, those smaller lines like Mason and stuff like that. People will be like, "Yeah, they're missing that stopping power. They're missing that mouth."
When I started learning about these bloodlines, I heard so many stories, and I'm gonna clear the air for him. A lot of people were saying that Mr. Mason didn't let his dogs go hard no more, and that his dogs, he preferred baying dogs. I spoke to him personally, and I asked him, I said, this is what I'm hearing, and I'd like to know directly from you. And no, he loves hard dogs. I think the problem is a lot of them ain't hunting their dogs. So 80% is what the handler do, 20% is for genetics. That's my thought. That's my opinion. That's my factor.
No, I think that's facts.
So
I think that's facts for like a lot of breeds as far as what they supposed to do as far as work.
If you ain't putting the work in your dog is going to show with a show. And my buddy Super, Billy Houston, they're running the Mason line real hard. We went down to Baltimore with Super when he first got El Chapo and Lucy from Mr. Mason. And we went down there to show him how to hunt his dog and everything. And them dogs was working. They was going full throttle, nonstop. And every time he bred that dog, them puppies came back the same way, going full throttle. I got a lot of that Mason stuff in my yard mixed up with my blood. So I think that Mason, a lot of people sleeping on it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people chasing big dogs. And I get it. Everybody want a dog from an import.
We was just
I got my dog.
I was just saying that. No, I was just saying that to Marshall, that one of my guys is like, he's just heavy on the imports. He's flying around the country just grabbing up imports. It's like,
it's cool.
Teach our own, you know what I'm saying? I don't judge, I don't judge. I just do me.
A good dog is where you find it.
Yeah.
It is their dogs is forced. They made those dogs and bred them dogs to be a size for a certain reason. That's not for everybody.
They got the badger and the fox out there.
Right. They could dig in that easy dirt. We can't do that here. Well, at least in New York State, I can't dig. I'm not digging no hole big enough for a car to fall in.
Yeah, you already know. I'm 6 hours.
It's not gonna happen.
7 hours from you, so we got this basically the same dirt and rocks.
getting my dog from Robert Booth, Flint came in. He came off of Clint and what's his dog name? That just Eva. She just had the stroke or the heart attack or something that he was posting. This dog, he's a hard machine. He's about 19 pounds, but this dog he will kill himself to kill what he got to get. And we bred him to Angel because she was about 12 pounds. And we got Shadow, Becky. Becky died in the ground. Shadow's still here. I prefer my small dogs, which is going to be the American bred. When I take one of my dogs, I would love to take my dogs over there across the pond to go drop them on the Badger, and I'll probably blow their mind. I could lose. It's a 60-40 chance that little 10, 12-pound dog gonna lose to the Badger, but I guarantee you it's gonna be a war.
Yeah, I mean they're in a spot also. Like I think legally they can only work a bang dog in the earth. I feel like if they work harder dogs because of their government, they'll just get in a lot of trouble from just seeing scars and marks like that. I don't think they can legally.
And see here, we are heroes.
Yeah.
When we do this, I went to prison for dog fighting. And never got caught dog fighting, but I had scars and the dog sent me to prison. Same people that do that, it's the same people that congratulate me taking these little dogs out because they consider it nuisance control. They support it.
Yeah.
My question to the guy that arrested me was when I ran into him, you could shake my hand and say good job here, but you put me in prison for a scar on that dog, and they're terriers. He said it's the law. I had to do my job. That's the only way you can answer it.
I mean,
it's a softer word.
So it's. I mean, they need us to do a job here. Farmer, maybe about an hour away from me, he put baited meat down for coyotes. Bald eagle came down, ate the meat. He went to prison for 5 years, got about $150,000 fine.
Yeah, because a bald eagle ate it.
Yes. Yep. So a lot of the farmers don't. They stay in. They gonna stay away from the poison because they can't afford to put themselves in a bad situation. But
and I
now,
mean that's what we do. We know a couple farmers, and at this point we don't even really gotta call them. We just go, and if they see us, they be like, "Okay, y'all are here. Hope y'all find everything," and keep it pushing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's basically how we get Boom and our dogs out. How I'm gonna get sent out. This thing is hit up the farms, and like you said, they're a nuisance. So they
want us. They need us.
Yeah, exactly. They're happy to have us there.
Even with Marshall, like the rats in the cities, they need those programs. They need us out there because they don't have the funds or the abilities to go put all these traps. They had to cut the poison down because they was killing domestic animals.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because of today's today technology and all of this, it's hard to find people actually go out there and teach the kids to go hunting with the dogs and this and that. It's slimming down. So to have a group that's gonna come out and do that, they opening up their doors.
Mm-hmm.
Keith will tell you, I go up and down this road for miles, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of acres, into the thousands. I have no problem. Just don't. Hey, go do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, he be telling me like, "Yo, cuz we gotta get out there."
And I'm talking about like the wineries we go to. Man, they coming out giving us slushies, giving us bottles of wine. Thank you for doing this.
And as far as the city, you got some nights where you got 4 dogs come and going out and catching 300 rats in one night.
Marshall does. I
busy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've seen, that's the bro. So I've seen Marshall's videos, and we always on the internet finding anything we could find, checking out anything we could check out Patterdale. So, but yeah, I've seen couple videos of pics with guys is out one night catching 100, 200, 300 rats.
Oh, those junkyards here in the UK and stuff like that. There's like cool climates. All those little junkyards are full of them. Like on those nights in those city rats, I think it's a cool way to school a dog early on in the beginning as far as environmentals, because you're in the city, you're dealing with noise, and you're going to find out, like, can you stay on that and like not care about the noise, or are you going to quit from that noise and realize I don't want to hunt?
Yeah, I can see that. Well, what I talked to my team about was taking our dogs that retire, that we consider retired, because by the time a lot of my dogs reach 2 years old, 2.5, 3 years old, they done did everything that I can't get nothing else out of them.
Yeah.
So instead of just losing them in the ground, I'd rather put them away, breed them.
Yeah.
Some dogs around that age, I might even sell out. Let somebody buy them and start their yard up, as long as they working.
Okay.
But I think that we was gonna. I told him, I got a lot of people that asks us, will we come in, let the dogs smell out for commercial buildings and stuff like that, to smell out the rats and stuff for them. And I might just, start doing that. Just do a little finder, a little fee for that, because we got to pay for dog supplies. we got to feed them.
Dogs got to eat.
They got to eat. Got to pay for medical. Ain't nothing cheap no more. So,
I'm running over the bathroom, guys. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. Do your thing.
So that's pretty much what we're gonna do on those notes. My kids hunt hard, so they are starting to build their own little team up. The girls is going to do theirs. The boys going to do theirs.
Oh, so they yeah, and I've seen the videos, the kids or the Pixie, his son, holding the coon and all that. So they're doing like their own different type kennel things.
Well, we got ladies cut up. We got cut up, and my little ones want. Yeah, they want the babies cut up. My 5-year-old, this will be his first real season going out. Coming in, he's been practicing. Him and his my daughter that's 4. They've been practicing and they've been watching and learning. So this season we're gonna take them physically out. Once the weather start breaking, we actually are going to do YouTube videos on each dog.
So everyone look out for that.
Yeah, we got everything set up and ready to go. So we're gonna give you some entertainment.
Great.
Guests, we would love for guests to come down, come on a video, come home with us. That's what we do. I don't see that, and I wish for so many people that's getting involved, we need more people working. We need that. Off the top of my head, I could say about 7, 8 kennels that I could think of, but we need more.
Mm-hmm.
This line ain't gonna last if it's only but a few of us working.
Yeah.
They are chasing that dollar for these little dogs. The impact of these little dogs for what they're doing and capable of doing, but they're not working them. And I could tell you this, I watch these dogs. They want to work. It ain't no you're making them work or they put in a position they ain't got no choice to work. Them dogs want to go to work. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Belgian Malinois, he wants to hunt people. He wants to protect his owner. He wants to run. He wants to climb a tree. Patterdales, they love to go in the ground.
Yeah, Jamie, you're gonna be on our next episode probably. I'm gonna touch base with you, man. But
he got a lot to. But he says I have a few little Patterdales down here in Florida. Now we use them for invasive species iguanas, and yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean, and I've seen a lot of people in Florida that are hunting them with the pellet guns and dog. I mean, any type of dog. So why not?
Well, they got to get out there and start doing it.
Now, would you consider working? Would you consider a Patterdale catching iguanas really working or doing what they? You know what I mean? Obviously, it's not.
It's all work. It's all work. It's all working. It's all working. But if that dog, if it's the Patterdale is an earth dog, they go. It's supposed to. That's part of this thing is to go on that ground.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I asked that.
You can't give credit. I won't discredit him for working, but he's not doing the performance that he was bred for.
Keep in mind, guys, there are species of iguana that do burrow in the ground. So
as long as listen,
but in Florida, they.
But here's my thing.
They're just everywhere. Like
here's my thing. As long as that pattern, I mean, I could take all my dogs and they'll catch something on top of the ground too. I have no problems with that. But when it's time for earthwork, get down in that ground too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to you can never discredit a dog from smelling out something and engaging. He's doing what he's doing, with his job. With that nose, take him to a tree where the raccoons is all up in the tree. He's going in that tree to go get them raccoons, no matter what. If he got to go and burrow into the ground, he's going to go into the ground. If he's doing all of that, you got an all-around Patterdale. That dog is all around for everything. He's executing his nose, he's executing his sight, and his abilities. Every state ain't the same. So Florida, Jamie can't really hunt them dogs in the ground like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't have to worry about rattlesnakes here. He does. He has to worry about turtles. But he get his lucky thing is he get to play with the pigs. We don't have pigs here yet. They trying to come in from what I'm hearing, but we don't have pigs here.
Yeah.
So
the reason why I asked that too is not really on his iguana thing, just really more because the dogs digging and going underground.
Turn the light off. Good night.
And then the ratting. There's some, you check out the comments and you check out, do a little homework. There's some people that consider ratting not really. I mean, your dog's putting on, doing his thing, but there's some people that consider ratting not really working for the Patterdale, at least. Maybe other dogs, but as far as the Patterdale, they just don't. Some people don't consider it work. I wouldn't say that, but I you know what I mean, but.
I think it's all variations of work, but at the end of the day,
it's definitely a variation of work. They just feel like it's not like, from what I was reading, it's not like what a Patterdale should be.
They're going to prove a Patterdale, basically.
Yeah.
They're going to prove it.
You said they
1 second, fellas. Good night, Prince. Turn your light off. Go to bed. Okay.
I think that after a certain point, if you breed like a ratting Patterdale to a ratting Patterdale, it's going to take less than 2 to 3 generations to water down kind of what you had beforehand from just testing it on that.
I think 3 generations, I don't even think that will water it down. I think the Patterdale still be try something else. You turn it on early enough.
Once my puppies reach once I take them off like the mice and rats and get them on larger game, I'll never really go back to the rats. Yeah. That's why we're going to try to do it with the retired dogs.
You see what Valley Outdoors just said? To me, ratting isn't gonna prove any breed. I agree. Like I know chihuahuas that would snatch up a fucking rat. That don't, you know what I mean?
If you want to bet some money saying that my dog can catch that more rats than yours, I mean, it's a hunt. It's a hunt.
It's
not gonna define that dog at that level what a lot of people look for. But is it effective situation? Yes, it's a very effective because one, it comes with, you can build an income. It's something different that a lot of people could get involved with, which they do. That's where the writing program come in. So to take they still have to use their nose and sight. And then they got to engage to it. It's a nuisance control. So it's effective. Is it earthwork? No. But you got different, like, look at the minks. You can train Joseph the mink man. He got minks that go on the ground to go get the rats.
Yeah.
So would you consider that a working mink? You get what I'm saying? It got so many different aspects. Leave that door open. Turn that
I would
down.
consider
turn the light off.
Mink. Do your thing. I know I would go. I would consider a working mink just the fact that it's a mink going in the ground killing shit. Like, it's a mink.
I mean, you got rat terriers.
Yeah.
You got we had a Maltese out here that was hunting we was teaching that how to hunt just as well. It was digging and everything.
And that's what I'm saying as far as the rat, and is like, and that's maybe even not really I'm saying, but as far as like what some people, their opinion is, it's not really, it's not really, ratting is not really proving nothing, because like you said, you could get a Maltese, you could get a Chihuahua that will snatch and kill a rat. You know what I mean? Shake up a rat.
And I get it. And that's, everybody's entitled to their opinion and their direction on how they want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You got people that don't like the free cast. I love the free cast.
Same.
I feel that if you're not free casting, you just took away your dog nose, because you cannot tell me your dog is using his nose in the ground with a groundhog, raccoon, or fox. And the reason why, because if you're digging to your dog, what's the first thing you do? You smell as you getting closer, you get you already smell it when you coming out the hole, and the closer you get to the main part of the den, it gets stronger and stronger. So it's no way in the world that this dog is smelling where live sin is, when the whole den is live sin already. They have to listen for the scratching, and it's dark, so they're not seeing. So what we did was we started focusing on our dog ears, keeping them clean, because it's no way in the world you're going to tell me that this dog he can smell the whole tunnel is all groundhog smell, or the must of the raccoon. There's no way in the world he can smell exactly where that thing is, because it's everywhere. The tunnels is only but so wide. So they have to base on the scratching of that groundhog or whatever movement is what they listening for. So if you ain't free casting your dog, you just dropping your dog in the ground. That's it. Missy, she was a type of dog that I love Missy, but I didn't like her. We didn't like hunting her a lot because soon as you let her, soon as she saw a hole, she shot down it.
And then we're gonna dig down there. She just see a hole.
It didn't matter. As long as she saw a hole, she went in.
Yeah. And then you gotta deal with getting her out, and then shit ain't even down there.
And if she chose to stay down there, we digging for fun.
Yep. You
So
to get her out.
But a lot of people like the don't want to free cast. Okay, I can't take away from what that's the way you choose to hunt. These are my thoughts and opinions of how I feel about the holes that we done dug and that my learning experience taught me. So I can't knock that man for not free casting. That's what he chose to do. That's what he chose to do. It's going to be what it is. I mean, everybody have their own solution and ways of doing what they're going to do.
So with none of your dogs, you don't use obviously you use the tracking collar, you know, when they're underground. None of your dogs, you don't use the like the collar,
the bell and
shock
flint
collar, with the shock collar, with the beep and the vibrating and all that.
No.
Okay. Why is that? You just don't, or
I don't see the purpose of it.
As far as like, okay, so I mean, for a Patterdale, we all know the recall is a little different from other dogs. But as far as like my Pipples, I'll be having, and I'm gonna try to do it with my Patterdale. We'll see how it goes. But I had my girl Hazel to the point where, you know, she could be anywhere as long as once I click that button and she hear that beep, she coming back. You know what I mean? Which was a good thing when we on farms. For me,
to be honest with you, Herbs, my dogs, we keep our veterans train our pups. So, and starting with Doc, I thought Doc would take off and run on me, and Missy would run on me, being the first two ones that I ever worked. And they stayed within a 30, 40 feet distance.
Yep, that's my preference too.
Perimeter all the way around.
Yep.
So
I mean, I like that. I actually love that. I just, you know, I'm not in that position. I ain't got 700 dogs like you yet. So,
but see, even with that, like the veterans, we'll take a young one out with a veteran, and he or she is going to follow the suit with the other dog.
Definitely.
So
I ain't got no vets.
Once they learn that, I'm good. They pick that off the veterans, and our job is keep an eye on your dog. Don't let them vision away from you, because yes, they will drop down. They'll find something and be gone. Now, I only had a few dogs that didn't bark when they found something, but overall, my dogs will shoot out a bark on their own. They found something. As soon as I hear that bark, okay, well, it's time for us to go to work.
Yeah,
you know.
What's it? You seen that, Marshall? Valley Outdoors. How far do you want or let a free casting Patterdale go?
Biggz kind of answered his question because he said from 30 to 40 feet in a circle.
Yeah, my dogs go around the perimeter around us, about 30, 40 feet away around us.
Yeah.
If you ever pay attention,
I've been out with my cousin in Boone, where this motherfucker Boone go a half a mile this way, and then we'll be looking for him to come back this way, and he'll come back all the way from behind us. So it's like this, like I'd be like, yo, where's your dog?
But see, he does that on the strength of the fact that Boomerang's size. He wouldn't do that with a smaller dog.
Yeah, you probably right. I mean, it's still dangerous because where we at
it's still dangerous.
You could get snatched up by a coyote at any time. But I get what you're saying.
I would not agree to do that, but not with the Patterdale. Now if I had Sam out there, then I wouldn't have that's another set of eyes for me. Yeah. So if a Patterdale get past one of us, then he's going to be wherever that Patterdale is. I know he's going to follow suit.
And that's exactly what I'm doing with my Pitbull.
I will keep up with him that way, but I don't hunt by we don't hunt by ourselves. That's one rule that we stuck with. we at least take 2 people with us. At least one other person with you. In the reality, you don't know what could happen.
No, I mean, even with 2 people, like you were saying, where you're at, the average 4 feet is the average. So shit, even with 2 people, 5-6 feet, that's a lot of work.
It is.
You know what I'm
But
saying? So
I mean,
one
it's good work,
person,
but it's work. But you never know what can happen health wise.
Yeah.
Mr. Henderson climbed. He trained and got prepared to go up a mountain and died.
Yeah.
Off of thin air. He was dead before he even touched the ground. Luckily, somebody was there with him. So can you imagine? And I'm not saying that none of us. I'm not saying none of us is sick or nothing, but you don't know when a heart attack or a stroke or a seizure or anything can happen. You don't know if you might trip and fall and hit your head on the rock.
Yeah.
So that dog ain't gonna make the phone call to save your life for it. So I don't never feel that it's safe to hunt by yourself.
Unless you got Lassie
That
will
was
go to the crib.
that was the movie. I mean, you could train a
Lassie
dog to go
crib
find
and
help.
get help.
You could train a dog to find help. Yeah, but you don't know what even like. Okay, let's take Jamie Purse for a good example. He in Florida with the rattlesnakes. What if he out there walking somewhere by himself with a dog and he done got bit somewhere?
I mean, at the end of the day, too, ain't none of our dogs trained to go get help. Our dogs are
So I
trained
mean,
to
it's
kill
people that
another
hunt by
animal,
themselves with their dogs. I take my hat off to them. I just don't believe in doing it by myself, and I don't believe that I would let my kids go out and hunt by a 12-year-old go hunt his dog by himself, or a 14-year-old girl to go hunt by herself. I mean,
it's not. It's really not. In reality, it's really not safe to take a jog down a fucking trail through the forest by yourself. You
safety comes first.
You know, exactly. You could break your ankle and be fucked. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no one coming down that trail. So you know, with the dog game, it gets crazy. But yeah, I wouldn't. Me personally, I'm not going.
Like I said,
you know, what I mean?
I always say something to my buddy Tim Wheatley about it because he does it a lot.
Yeah, he does.
And I'm always telling him that's not. You need to have somebody with you because you never know what situation you get in.
He goes out. He
goes out a lot by himself. I remember he went out one time by himself and he lost the dog in the ground to the skunks. He had to go back home to get help, to try to get. You get into situations. I mean, okay, with the free casting, you could get put in a situation. Your dog could get into an extreme situation. I seen that firsthand. I also seen it through other people like Robbie Burnett. I seen how his pictures look. He hunts his dogs to the extreme. His dogs can go into anything. They're climbing over the cliffs. They hanging off of rivers. You know what I mean? So it's always tough situations that you can get put into that it's a possibility you need to help. And if you ain't got everything with you right then, now you got to leave your dog to come back to go get help. Or try to get if you make a phone call to get people and wait for people to get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wouldn't suggest. I mean, it's kind of like how we were saying. Well, as far as we got the little dogs and we bring a big dog with them for backup, having someone else with you is backup just in case something. You know what I'm saying? Something go wrong.
You got some states that got mountain lions. Hey, you can walk into that. Bears. I went to Henderson house the first time we get there. I kept walking into bear shit, and then we got a whole bear walking around us.
Yeah,
and I was walking. He went one direction because we were looking for Queenie. She took off on us, so we were trying to figure out which way she went. And I got a whole bear. I'm watching my oldest son. He up in the tree stand with Mr. Henderson godson, and we got a whole bear walking around. And I'm looking at this like, yo, I wasn't prepared for this one. What if Mr. Grizzly wanted to bite? So, I mean, safety comes first for me.
So I'm going to assume when he says opinion on aggression in terriers, he's talking about dog aggression. Valley Outdoors, my opinion about dog aggression in Patterdales is there's just no point in really tolerating it unless you want to hunt by yourself. And even then, you might run to someone else's dog to where you get yourself in trouble. It ain't worth it. And there's a difference between being dog aggressive and being pent up and not being hunted enough. That is two different things.
Yeah, and I can agree with him to some points with that, because if we got a dog, like I have situations where we had dogs that wanted to get dog aggressive, but they was getting aggressive over the trophy.
Yeah.
So it's in those situations, if we can't break it out of them, and I end up just hunting that dog by itself, I don't have no problems hunting the dog once you're in the ground by yourself. If I gotta find some way to if we need another dog to come into the scene because either you're too big to get through something and we got something that's smaller that can, then I might take that situation, pull that dog out and then drop this one in. But that, like putting 3 or 4 dogs on one thing in the ground or something like that, no, I don't agree with. So, but because that will draw dog aggression because the dogs are on top of each other trying to get to it.
And now there's a trophy.
Right. So, but if I just got a dog that's straight out just aggressive towards dogs, nah, we won't even keep him.
I mean, really, aggression towards dogs in any breed, unless you fighting them, is pointless.
That's the only, and you got to keep them separated at all time, anyways.
Yeah, in any breed, and I know. I went through that. I can't. I gotta. My male Onyx, he's a pit bull, and I can't bring him hunting because he'll snatch something. Plain and simple. Ain't a question about it. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's a pit bull, so it's to do so. But my girl Hazel, she wasn't like that.
If it's just straight dog aggression, we get rid of it.
Yeah,
it don't serve no purpose on the yard. I don't have time to fight with dogs fighting each other while we trying to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dog aggression has nothing to do with being aggressive on quarry.
And I don't care for people biters.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't, and that's a good thing. Like I get a lot of people that come down and hunt with us. And for me this is for me. For me to prove my dogs to where I want them to be, my gesture for me was when I get guests, I'll fall back and let them hunt my dog. If that dog can perform for them like he performed or she performed for me, that says a lot right there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All the arguments and the debates and all of this, do you hunt your dog? Well, everybody that ever hunted, that came down here and hunted with us, friends or folks, or they all hunted my dog. I let them do full digs, dig to the dog off. So you're not going to hear a story saying, well, he don't work his dogs is fake. No, you ain't going to be able to say that because it wasn't me that worked that dog. It was people like you that came from out of state that worked that dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime your name comes up, Biggz, yeah, respectfully, man. And I know me and you talk, and you fuck with my cousin Keith and all that. But on another note, when it comes to like this Patterdale shit, you definitely a big head in this. You know what I'm saying? And I've been watching shit, learning a lot from you. And yeah, just giving you a little shout out, showing you some love, some flowers, because you definitely do your shit when it comes to this Patterdale shit.
Try it.
You could be humble, but I got you. I won't be humble. I got you. You could be humble. I got
See,
you.
I try, but it's a lot of us like the new generation. We are like the new generation, and we can't get the Henderson, Todd Fulford, Mason,
We ain't never
Dale,
getting
Gill. All of them they made the history during their time, and it was up. It's time for not trying to wipe them out, but it's time for the next history to come in to follow suit, and that's where we at.
And when I talk to Mason, and like I said, I talk to him all the time through email and stuff. You know, he's old school, and yeah. When I talk to him, that's exactly what like he be trying to like kind of like installing me. You know what I mean? Like someone got
But
to
it's
keep it
true.
going. You know what I mean? Someone got to keep it going and do this shit the right way. You know
I bumped heads with Tri-State boys.
I know. What'd you say?
Me and the Tri-State boys have bumped heads, and we both.
That's them boys out of New York, right? That be ratting.
New Jersey, and they up in New York too.
They be ratting.
So we got different styles of hunting.
Yeah,
we bumped heads, but at the end of the day, like I told them, we the ones that make the history to it right now. Because if you go on the internet, you only really seeing us. A few of us that goes hard that you're seeing our dogs performing that make people want to keep on be a part of it and watch it. Even though people that don't hunt the dogs, we're making them want to even just have one because they're seeing that what our dogs is capable of doing. They just don't know how to get. They just either lazy, don't want to do the work to put the dogs in that situation. And like I was telling them, I mean, and they agreed. They said the same thing. Why should we be bumping heads and we out here working to keep this breed alive?
Yeah.
So, the people could learn their style, learn our style, then come and create your own style.
Why not?
It's the same thing like karate. Bruce Lee took
doing
different styles and he created his own.
While we're doing that though, we gotta, I know you're gonna feel this. We gotta keep the original shit still pure.
Right. So I mean, the history is coming from us, and we gotta push it. We still got about good 15, 20 years, 30 years in it. So gotta push it hard and continue the lines. Because the generations of that bloodline is going to change. Mm-hmm. It ain't going to stay the same. So,
and you saying that let me put out the because that's what we're trying to do, and that's our focus. Over at the New England Patterdale Terrier Club, and Marshall will be working with me on that. He does a couple of things with me on that, but yeah, that's our main focus is, keeping the Patterdale alive, but keeping the pureness alive, and let them keep doing what they're supposed to do as far as digging and being earth dogs, not just a lap dog because they're small and cute. Well, some of them are cute.
And just having a good community, man. I feel like it's building a good, strong community behind the dog that you work. Makes it really.
Definitely. I don't think that's one thing where there's other breeds where there's. Well, that's a question we could get.
They serve a strong purpose. So, again, it based off where you at. Mm-hmm. Here, Buffalo, New York, outside of Buffalo, New York, they need me. I'm gonna say it bluntly like that.
And anywhere there's farms. Anywhere there's farms.
I agree. Anywhere is farm, they need it.
And I don't know nowhere in the world where there's not farms.
Yeah.
I don't see the states ever turning against it because it helps them keep balance.
Yeah.
And as long as our youth is not growing, I mean, this this is something that's dying. Is kids don't do outdoor stuff; they go on the internet.
Mhm.
So if you can keep a percentage of it going, it will keep that. It's going to keep that demand and need. So it could turn into a lot more. I do feel that it's not just for like the nuisance and stuff. I would love for the Patterdales to go into like the other hunting dogs where it is some competitions for the Patterdales on the ground to earn a higher title, and not trying to say who's going to be better than the next, because every day the number one dog change. So
That's not to cut you off, Biggz, real quick, but that's something to be honest that we could actually work on figures. You know what I'm saying? We could actually work on the competition.
I did try it. One season I pulled an event called the Super Bowl, where bring your dogs out, and I had to set up like the regular season and the playoffs for the Super Bowl. And you
Tournament
get
style.
2 hours to go against 2 hours to release your dog against another person's dog. Whoever dog get into the ground engage and you get to your dog first win. What's crazy about that situation, my phone blew up. Now I did it maybe about 3 or 4 months prior. My phone blew up the first week or so. Can I put 2 dogs in? Can I put 3 dogs? Oh yeah, I'm coming. Locking in. I'm trying to lock in. Well, as soon as they got to that event, all of them didn't want to do it. A lot of them they turned it down because a few people, no names or nothing, was like, I didn't know we was going to hunt our dogs that way. Well, how would you expect to hunt your dog?
Yeah.
And my whole thing with that too is like, that means you really, that means at the end of the day, not even like a lot. That means you really didn't even do a little homework.
Well, they see them dogs engaged.
Or motherfuckers got scared and realized that your dog could get their shit split.
That too.
But you win it, you might if you gonna get in it, you're gonna get in it. Don't. Well, I had a dude call me up. I can't even say his name because I forgot it. But he was on the USA Patterdale. No, he was on the Patterdale America, and it was funny because his dog was bred, about to have her litter, and she's sitting on the couch like she's watching TV. And you can look at her and tell she's never worked before. And he based it off of her bloodline. Oh, she come from a working stock. Well, she might have came from a working stock. She ain't working.
Mm-hmm.
So you're selling the puppies for $1,200, $1,500, and the dog never went in the ground. Never got a tooth on fur. Your dog sitting there watching TV better than me. And his next statement was, well, let's collaborate. We could breed together and make money off of it. And when I got done with him, he blocked me. Because for me, it was an insult. Mm-hmm. If you bought these dogs because you seen what they could do, so now you just want to make the money off of it. So let me go find the top line bloodline. Okay, this is not a Shih Tzu. This is not a Yorkie. It's either you gonna work the dog to earn it, what you do with it, or you don't. Yeah. And if you don't, I'm not a person. I think a lot of people know that I have no problems talking to you or talking about you.
Yeah,
I would go in with you, and if we saw each other in person, hey, we could walk in the back of the field, do whatever, however you want.
You remember I hit you up.
The truth is the truth.
You remember I hit you up. You hit me.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're gonna work it. I don't know you like that yet.
and I kept it 100 with you.
I respect it.
I kept it 100.
Yeah.
I'm a person who, if they buy a puppy from me, if it's somebody that I don't know, I'm not giving you my paperwork until I see that dog working.
That's Mr. Henderson.
If you have your
Yeah, that's
option,
what you told me.
you have your option to buy the dog, but if you're not going to work the dog, you're not getting no paperwork from me.
No,
if I don't see that dog working.
Matter of fact, you had a new litter or something. And remember, my cousin
it
Keith
was
was
the
trying to
payday
give me one.
It was payday litter.
Yeah, exactly. And Keith was sounding like my cousin would take one. I'm like, man, I at this point I need the papers. Biggz was like, nah, I gotta see he's working it.
Yep,
I gotta see he's working it first.
But it's you got your peddlers. Okay, let's get that out the way. You got people that peddle.
Mm-hmm.
Not a problem. But I have nothing against no man that sell his puppies and he working his dogs. If you ain't working that dog at all, huh?
But if they come from you, they're gonna be workers, period.
Yeah.
I dig it. I'm it.
But if it's somebody that's not working the dog, a Patterdale, I don't feel you should be selling no dogs. Because you're depriving somebody of a working dog genetics.
Do you think they should have a Patterdale period?
No.
Yeah. There we go.
Because they in it to ruin the dogs. They not here to improve it.
And what's crazy is that's what's happened with like damn near probably 98% of the dogs, especially in America. Like other countries, a lot of people are still working their dogs. You know what I'm saying? Because the way they live in other countries. You know what I mean?
Here's always going to be fast money, so they looking for the fast dollar.
Yep.
I don't sell my dogs in my city at all. Nobody in my city gets my dogs. Then nobody has my bloodline except for my circle and my circle only.
And why is that?
Because I know they're not going to work. If they were going to work a dog, they would already been out here working with me.
Factual.
So I know what they was doing. I know what I know what direction they going. So to throw a cat in the yard with him to see him mangle the cat and then let me sell the puppies for $2,000, $1,000. You're not about to take my shit and ruin my line and ruin my dogs for that dollar.
Nah, you're right.
If I wanted to do something like that, I could just do it myself.
You got people coming from all over. So if they was really getting busy and they're only an hour away, yeah, they're gonna rock with you. Cause I'm a rock with you this spring and this summer, and I'm 7-8 hours away. So if I'm a half an hour away, I'd probably be at this live at your crib right now.
And that's my thing. So my circle is real tight, and we don't sell them dogs to nobody local.
I dig it. I get where you're at with it. I dig it.
I look at the cost of living. I take care of 5 kids by myself. Mm-hmm. On top of all the dogs. So when I sell some of my puppies, I sell, that money goes into this whole situation.
Yeah.
This whole situation pays for the dogs. It works the dogs. It does everything. So if I was considered a peddler for that, then hey, I'm best peddler, but you're not getting a dog from me that's coming off of bullshit. You're getting a good working stock, working dog, and you ain't touching the dog unless you're gonna work it.
That's not a peddler though. Someone with all that's not a peddler.
And I agree.
Just have dogs and sell them. It don't matter if the peddlers will sell a dog with a broken fucking leg.
I don't see a lot selling worse than that.
Oh yeah,
exactly. So you already know that's a you get rid of dogs to do certain things.
I don't. And here's the crazy thing: we might sell 2 or 3 puppies. It all depends on how big the litter is, because we like to keep half our dogs so we can work them.
Yeah, nah. I mean, keeping up with them is key. And
You know,
it's
huh?
What were you gonna say?
I love to see each litter. I prove something out of each litter.
Yeah.
So I make sure that we keep something. I might not even have the room sometimes, but we gonna keep it.
No, you have to. I mean, I think it was Mr. Henderson that told me in the beginning that, like, you got your tree, which is your main dogs, like your Doc and Missy, you got your apples. You don't cut down your tree and sell your tree. Otherwise, how are you going to get your apples? Like,
that's a fact.
Yeah, it's 100% a fact. Like, you were talking about people proving dogs out and stuff. Mr. Henderson didn't let me buy Barry until the third time I dug to him with him.
I know, he told me.
Yeah.
And I was laughing. He wanted to make sure you was going to put that work in and that you was for real.
Oh, he told me he had a guy who dug with him for an hour and a half, and he gave the guy a shovel back, and he said, "Fuck off and buy a poodle." Those were his words, his exact damn words. But
you know, a lot of people went at Todd Fulford because he sold a lot of dogs. A lot of people wouldn't even be in the game if it wasn't for Todd.
Yeah, I agree.
I was one of them, but you can't. I mean, I can't expect him and Mason, Mr. Gill, all the older guys to continue. Okay, they in the age. Todd ain't that far up in age, but the man work all damn day, 24/7 to provide for his family. You can't expect. He done made his history working dogs. So he did what he had to do. So people buying dogs from 90% of the dogs that you've seen around there, that's American dogs, they pretty much came from him.
You define them. He's the one who kind of lined them up, and I'm hoping we can get him and maybe Brandon on here to kind of talk and spit about that. But we've managed to touch base on a lot of things, and like it doesn't even feel like it's been 2 hours, but it has been legit. It's 2 hours rapping and putting out a lot of info. We're gonna have to definitely like play this back and do a round 2 of this, because I feel like there's so much more the three of us can like touch on, like for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
I guess we could finish up on some of these questions. We got one more thing that just popped up.
So do
you think a Patterdale is a good beginner dog for a wannabe dog man like me?
Now you're a wannabe. I can't recommend anything if you use the word wannabe.
Well, if you want to be a wannabe, then you shouldn't be in the dog business at all.
Yeah,
it's either. I mean, if you got a pattern, a good dog. You got me twisted up right now. Hold on. Whether you got a Patterdale, pit bull, whatever if you plan on hunting that dog, then you hunt that dog. So a pattern, if you got a good pattern, if you got you a Patterdale to start off, get started. I'm gonna give you a good example. Keith came down here for 2 years. He didn't own a dog. He owned all the equipment. He had shovels. He had collars, locators. He had medical gear. He had everything you need to go hunt your dog with. But he didn't have a dog. And he came down here for 2 years faithfully to work a dog. And it turned out to be one of the top performers that I could say. So, I mean, for you to start off with a Patterdale, yeah, it starts off with a Patterdale. But wherever you locate it, start going to try to find people or travel to learn more about them.
Yes.
And work them. You got a lot of people that have no problems. A lot of veterans don't really have no problems inviting you to come work, but don't go waste their time either.
Yes.
Cause then you'll burn it where they don't want nobody to come work to come down to work with them. And that's where a lot of these guys that close their doors on a lot of people, because they ain't got time to waste with you. It's either you're gonna come work a dog or you're not. I don't let people, ain't nobody driving down here 6 hours, 10 hours of driving for us to go fishing or go into the amusement park when we supposed to be working dogs. We work dogs.
Earthwork is like deceivingly plentiful because there's always going to be dogs, there's always going to be raccoons, there's always going to be foxes. So like
it's always going to be. I mean, you might even have a day that you don't find. We had many a times that we didn't find nothing, but we enjoyed that day.
Yeah.
So no, get you a Patterdale. Don't call yourself a wannabe, because that's you're not a wannabe dog man. It's either you're going to be a dog man or become a dog man, or you're not. I'm gonna give you an old saying that we say in the biker world. When you get on your motorcycle, there's two type of bikers. That's one that's going to fall on that bike. He's going to drop that bike, or he already dropped it. So get you a Patterdale. You're going to start off. Do what you got to do. Don't be a wannabe. Don't go buy a dog that's already working and then you call yourself working. Get you a puppy and start training yourself. Start teaching, start learning your own methods on how to work that dog.
Yeah, and Valley Outdoors is a friend who's Maryland based. So being in the state of Maryland, you're not in a bad state for earthwork at all.
No, you only about like 6 hours from me. You could drive on down.
Yeah.
We will put you to work.
I think when he says wannabe, he
yeah, I know. I'm just picking one.
He's smart.
Listen,
actually,
I got a 12-year-old and I got a 14-year-old that's down here that will take you out and train you how to work a dog. Now, you might feel a little weird that this girl and this little boy teaching you how to work a dog, but they don't took a lot of people out and taught them.
That's what's up. And you could always come here. We're trying to do this, every Wednesday.
Kill's coming here too, for sure.
Yeah, Biggz, we'd like to have you on here whenever you're available. But we're trying to get this going every Wednesday. You know what I mean?
Sure.
10 p.m. every Wednesday. So anytime you're available, Wednesday, 10 p.m.
Chop it
Biggz,
up.
we'd love to have you, even if we're doing an interview with someone else. You know what I mean? But Valley Outdoors, you could always come over here and learn something on this live podcast, because we talk everything and anything Patterdale with my man Marshall.
And I want y'all to know I'm representing my man Jamie Perks, Headhunter Kennels, down in Florida, Tampa. We definitely as soon as our snow started leaving, we get back in our 50s. We start our YouTube videos.
Okay. So look out for those, y'all.
We're gonna go real. We got about
what's your page? What's the name of your page, real quick, so they know where to go?
Yeah.
That our release, I believe it's gonna be KutUp Kennels 716. I ain't no computer whiz. I suck on these. If you learned that earlier.
Hey, you got here.
Listen, I struggle.
Yeah. Got here though.
Hit me up if
we about to update the website.
So I got you.
It's been a year since we updated the website, so we're gonna update that. We're gonna put a lot of the new dogs. We got about 7, 8 puppies that's ready to show, that we're gonna bring out and get them started. I had lost, Payday died last year, beginning of last year. But we I got his niece and nephew that just came in. I had sent his littermate sister down to Super up in Maryland.
Yeah.
And I had him breed her to the Mason. So we got some nice little pups. that's gonna act up.
Relax.
And we also got Fire out of some puppies off of her that's ready to show. We got a few different breedings that we had did up down here that we've been keeping quiet, and we're gonna introduce them. We got Robin. He comes off of Fire and Doc. We're gonna have him showing out real heavy this year. Chase. We have Chase here. Thanks to my buddy Todd who bought Chase from us. When Fire and Doc first had their first litter. Chase did a lot of work last year. His performance was excellent. So he should be heading back to Todd maybe during the summer. So we're gonna start off with him for this breaking into the spring. Hopefully Todd will come down here and we can have him work his dog down here. We got Rowdy. Rowdy is about a 9-pound, 10-pound dog. Rowdy come off of Bella and Emmanuel Hunter, his dog Red. This little wild dog, he's actually been on the Fisher too.
I didn't know that. Should have Hunter over Red. That's crazy.
We took him out when Payday ran into the Fisher.
Where was this at?
This happened down here at a winery.
Okay.
When Payday was on the Fisher was trying to pull Payday out of the ground. And the ladies, like I said, I had a bunch of ladies down here, and I was standing back and they was working. So I told the one lady, well, since it sound like they coming out and they about to come out the ground, have Rowdy right there on the leash ready for him to come out. And just so happened, the Fisher snatched Rowdy and pulled him into the hole. So he was only but 3 months old, and he took a nice little beating, but he liked it. So we tried him. We sat him down for the rest of the season after that, and brought him out during this season, and he did good. So we're gonna have him out doing a lot more. And like I said, he's only but about 10 pounds, 9 or 10 pounds. So, Jamar got a couple his way, and Mercy got a couple his way. So we're gonna have a lot of good videos.
Yeah.
We got some firecrackers that Keith is dying to see. So we're gonna let it be shown.
I know. He's waiting for that next litter.
I already know.
Yeah, I know. He's waiting for that next litter.
If Fire dropped it, when Fire dropped this litter, I'm hoping that everything is perfect with it. That's gonna be the perfect dog for him. He's been dying for that. She got Fire been on about 4 Fox. The last Fox, it was with Keith and April. Keith came in from Boston. April came in from West Virginia. And it was crazy because where we was at.
Boom, or he was
no,
before
this
he had Boom.
This is before Boom came in the picture.
All right.
Actually, no, Boom was in the picture. I think Boomer where he was still young. Matter of fact, let me see. Was it 23? It was 2023. And we ended up going to Eden, New York to a vegetable farm. And these boxes were like coffins. They were stacked on each other, about 12. Fire went into it. And we heard her rumbling, but we couldn't figure out we figured it was a raccoon in there. Mm-hmm. So the boxes were still sturdy and solid, so we couldn't break them, bust open. We had to lift each box off till we get down. We done got stung by bees, stepped on nails. Finally, when we get down to the last box, Fire comes out with a fox. said, okay. Then after she killed that, she turned right around and killed the raccoon about 2 hours later.
Damn.
That's
stamina.
Yeah, I would say stamina. That's a good one for it.
Stamina.
She has a method. She breaks every time she go in, she break her bottom jaw and she put the rest of the work in.
Yeah, I just love dogs like fire, man, because that's the kind of dog where like anyone can touch with, mess with it, and then she's just on it, ready to rock and work. And that Barry was like that too.
Yeah.
Like, you could have him in your lap, hanging out, just like how your dog is right now, Ronald, and then just like have him just roll out and work.
So, we're gonna also have Foxy out this year. Okay. See, in the beginning, I didn't do a lot of work in the public eye with Foxy. Marshall, you did take her, right?
Yeah, she got exposed to everything in the beginning.
Yeah, she was exposed. We just never really publicized her.
Yeah.
Now you want to talk about dog aggression? She don't like young females,
which is crazy because she grew up in like my training facility, like working and doing all this shit.
She ended up killing 2 young females.
What?
She killed, knocked them, took their jugular right out. So, but if you are hunting with her, she'll hunt with them all day long. She don't bother the older females. She don't bother the males. She just don't like young females. And we took her out last season.
She ain't letting them come up. Kind of like, you know what I mean? She ain't letting them. In her mind, she ain't letting them grow up and take over her spot. I'm gonna just take care of you.
I don't know how she thinks.
Foxy's a different planet when it comes to thinking.
On some old lion pack shit. Like, I'm gonna just take care of you now before you try to take my spot in 3 years.
But she just woke up one day like that. Like, it was like she was. Yeah. I'm a puppy.
Just came out of nowhere with it.
Bam! I want to kill everything.
But work her ass off.
Yeah.
With no problems. But everybody gonna like to see what we got coming out.
Yeah.
You know, we'll be watching. We'll keep them updated.
Yeah. But on that note, man, I feel like we got a lot covered. It was great. It was great talking to you, Biggz. I'm really happy you're able to be our first guest. We're able to go.
I'm excited.
Definitely.
I'm
like
excited.
I said, man, anytime you want to rock with us, and we'll be doing this every Wednesday. Some Wednesdays it'll just be us, me and Marshall, and hopefully you know, talking about the Patterdale. And then other Wednesdays we'll have some interviews. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, I'm around.
You already know that. All right.
I might even let. If you want, you can snatch the kids up. You can snatch the kids up. They go live.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Marshall, you already know.
Nah, we could definitely do it and do the kids edition and get them involved. You know what I mean?
Get King on here.
Sure.
Yeah, King is definitely King will give you he'll try to run the whole show.
Okay. My son's 7. He's a city boy, but I'm a when I get out there.
What you think we was? We was city people. We was city.
I know.
I ain't come from the country. We just moved in and just took over.
Yeah, I'm here. So yeah, but when I come out to that, what's that? August 25th or August 29th?
The 20. Yeah, we got our show August 29th.
Yeah, I'll be out there with my son, so you already know. But
we are going to make it to Chris Aiken's event June 7th. We are going. We're going to probably bring about maybe 6 dogs down there.
Okay.
We look forward to seeing that. Seeing that Calvin in the Patterdale Association is trying to open up something to bring more to it. We're gonna try to give our best support to help blow it, to help the Patterdales.
Definitely.
Get where they need to be.
That being said, the New England Patterdale Terrier Club, we work closely with the PTCA. So anything we do on the New England Patterdale Terrier Club side is the PTCA is involved.
That's what's up.
So yeah, we rocking with Kelvin, and we're gonna make things happen. You gonna make things happen. We're gonna do it all together, you know what I mean? So definitely gonna make things happen for the Patterdale and get this breed where it's supposed to breed.
And like I said, we invite anybody that want to come down.
All right.
Come down.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
Our
take
doors
that
is open.
trip, Marshall.
Oh yeah, I'm always down for that if I can, but we gotta get going sooner than later.
He's ready right now.
And Marshall, we didn't even get a chance to really even get out there.
Nah, we did. We did a lot of scouting. We get some initial spots, but I could tell from what I saw from where we were at, like you got a lot of options for sure.
Listen, we got areas for raccoons. We got areas for the ground. If you want to see how good your dog is going to do with groundhogs, I have an area to take you. I promise you. Don't expect to get your dog out the ground nothing under an hour. It guaranteed you gonna put some time in it.
Out here, we got some farms and stuff, but you could go. You go 5 times, 2 times, you might find something. You know what I mean? Type shit. So.
We was hunting hard one day, and this was about Keith. Keith was on his way to Buffalo, and we didn't hear from him, so we went on ahead and started, and we still ain't heard from Keith. Then all of a sudden the phone ring, and he talk about, yo, I need y'all help. The dog is in the ground. Where the hell you at? Keith hurt. He's at the church. That's why we call him Church Boy, because he was at the church with Boomerang down in the ground.
Yeah, Boom would do it. Boom, fuck that nigga be out. Boom just be out and just does his thing.
We got locations for everything. We got locations that's right here that you ain't gotta really drive nowhere. We also got locations that we got access to that might be 45 minutes away, maybe an hour away. But every location we have is wide open. We even got spots that we haven't even touched yet. We still waiting for everybody, just waiting for people to come that we could just go to the spot to the new spots and be uncharted for us as well. So I know a lot of doors is opening out here because the farmers have their farmer meetings, and I'll get a lot of calls from other farmers asking, can I come out to meet them? So they want to see what we actually do and, how we go about it so we can get on their property as well. And I got enough private land. I got, like I said, I got 5,000, 10,000 acres of private land. So we don't even have to touch the state land. And even if I wanted to, they more than welcome. They told us to get out there. It helps them out. So
okay.
KutUp Kennels is definitely gonna make some noise this summer. We definitely gonna do. We are gonna make some travels, some trips to people. We're gonna have some fun.
Cool. Yeah. That being said, shout out to KutUp Kennels, the bro Marshall, Live Your Life Dogs, New England Patterdale Terrier Club. We're gonna see y'all next Wednesday. Yep. Talk more about the Patterdale Terrier, learn more about the Patterdale Terrier, and go from there. Big shout out to you. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Marshall, you got anything to say before we get up out of here?
No, I think we covered a lot, and I feel like we just got to keep the ground running with this. And this is a lot of info to pick up on, and there's gonna be a lot of things that if you're new to Patterdales, you walk through this. There's a lot that could be learned. A lot.
Definitely.
Spat out.
Shout out to everyone who tuned in. See y'all next Wednesday.
See ya. Peace.
Talk to y'all later.
See you.